Yeah. Like imagine this. So I call Andy, right? And I tell him like, hey man, can you learn 15 songs in 12 hours? Then get on a plane, fly to England, and play an arena show. Sold out arena show is the Wembley. It's your hometown, London. I think I heard him poop his pants. I mean, like literally, he was like, oh, what? Do we have Andy?
Andy's out there.
All right, let's.
Andy James, I call him AJ, is a unique story, to be honest with you, because he was an underground superstar in the guitar world before I had ever met him. I went on the hunt, and I actually went online and started looking up old stuff that he had done and talking to other people like John Five and a few other guitar players that I'll leave the names out for now. And they were telling me how amazing Andy was. And again, of course, you know, it's hearsay. I'm not a guitar player, how would I know? Every single night that I've been on stage with Andy, even when something goes completely south, he figures it out in a matter of seconds, and he's back on path. Come on, Andy!
Uncomfortable. Andy James, same thing. He was like this British guitar hero that I knew of and was listening to his stuff and watching him online like, man, this guy is amazing, right? But he was a solo artist. And then now he's in the band.
I mean, guitar for me was more of a kind of social acceptance thing, I suppose. I mean, once I discovered that I could do guitar, there wasn't really a lot of other kids my age around when I was learning that was doing it. So I suppose anything that's kind of like sparse like that attracts attention from people like, oh yeah, that's cool, how are you fucking doing that? Well, I wish I could do that kind of thing.
Nice. Wanna play it?
It's really nice.
I mean, I didn't have a difficult childhood at all, but there were certain things where I needed an escape to be able to just sort of like zone out all the stuff that was going on. So yeah, guitar for me has, over the years, I mean, I've been playing 30 odd years now, and it's kind of my form of meditation. It's like the only thing I can do in my life that no other thought can penetrate my brain when I'm doing it. And you do that for like 10 hours a day, you can check out of the world quite often.
There was this day when I was listening to Andy's solo album, and then Charlie walks in, and Charlie's like, oh, that's Andy James. He's a friend of mine, we toured together. I'm like, really? It's like, yeah, like I'm really good friends with him. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know. So I'm like, wow, because I'm listening to his stuff all the time. He's an incredible guitar player. And so Charlie says like, Andy's a huge fan of that bunch, which sort of surprised me. I always consider, the Shredders are elite musicians, right? But that the elite musicians never really like bands that are popular. So I kind of had this preconceived idea that he wouldn't like us. So, it was kind of surprising to me. I tried to help him because I thought he was so good. I thought like he needs to be seen. And I was trying to get him gigs in America. I tried to get him in various bands. And and it turns out that we needed him, like in the middle of that conversation where I was trying to hook him up, actually, we were in the need of a guitar player, and it was just the obvious choice. Like, I'm like, there he is.
So Andy was one of my favorite guitar players before he ever joined Death Punch, and was already a world-renowned player, and a lot of people's favorite guitar player. And his level of execution, clarity, and power and control is almost unmatched by anybody. So he's just a favorite. His sense of melody, his sense of time, everything put together just makes him such a creative, unique player that lots of top players around the world know him just by his sound. So yeah. it's great to share the stage with him again all these years now.
So I walked into the dressing room the night after our old guitar player left, and I'm looking at Zoltan. I'm like, so let's start looking at guitarists. And he goes, I've got him. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he goes, he's sitting right behind you. And I turned around, and unsuspecting, I look, and I'm looking right through Andy. I'm like, because he just doesn't come across as like that flary kind of guitarist, right? And I'm going, and Zoe goes, he's right in front of you, dude. And Andy introduces himself, and the first thing that comes out of his mind is like, hey, mate, how are you? And I go, oh, you're fucking British. Okay. And it kind of just, that was really the whole introduction.
I mean, I remember when I first watched like Five Finger Death Punch from the side when I came to Wembley. I looked at it and I was just like, Jesus Christ! Like the production, everything, it just looks fucking monstrous. Right. Almost to the point where I thought, I don't think I can do this.
Right.
Sort of thing.
You never told me that.
No. I mean, I turned to my ex-wife, and I was just like, fuck, I don't know if I can do this. This just seems like this is way beyond anything I've ever done before. I don't know. Right. But here's the thing, like, you know, guitar playing is only a very small part of it. I mean, obviously when you get up there, I mean, I'd never used in-ears before, I'd never, you know, kind of played arenas before, so there was a bunch of stuff I'd never done before that I had to quickly just get my head around and go and do it. And then, you know, now it's like weirdly second nature.
Zoe told me he would be filling in for that tour. His first show was in Germany, and we got up on stage and he was seamless. And I mean, not even a glitch. And it was mind-blowing to watch him play and to sit next to him, because of course I was nervous. I've been playing with our old player for 13 or 14 years at that point, you know, so I didn't really know what to expect, but I trust Zoltan. So I was like, okay, let's do it. What I do know is he's very professional, he's very well put together, he's very tasteful and tactful about the way he delivers himself, and he's just an honorable guy, and I really dig that about him.
That red looked good, looked like real fire engine red.
It's kind of the
Ferrari red.
Fucking slashy could be mine, like, but
I
can't play 6 strings, so I'm like, well, I want to get one that I'm actually going to use, but it's like a guitar I wanted ever since I was 12.
Yeah.
But 7-string, one knob, one thing, EMGs, 𝐓𝐈𝐂𝐿. I mean,
kill switch?
No. That's just the go between. But no, like Dan Lawrence painted this.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So
what was it before?
It was black.
It was black.
And it was beaten up shit.
Yeah.
I think I bought it from Australia for like $4 grand.
Yeah. Oh really?
It cost another grand to do all the routing and everything, and then another basically $1 grand to paint it. So it's like a $6 grand guitar right there.
And over.
Now the rest of the show
I am.
should be merely champagne. Get to eat, when I finally get to sleep, I'm getting drugged out of bed for another mean grip. Shake the hand of every fan on a happy face. Spread so fucking thin, I'm all over the place. Riding on the bus, flying on the plane. Sedate myself just to kill the pain. Have no life, they got the hope. The whole thing's turned into one big show.